Right now, Tallahassee International Airport is seeing fewer people flying as more flights are on the way. New city numbers show total passengers in April were down about 8.5% compared to 2025 after Silver Airways shut down. American and Delta now carry all scheduled airline passengers in and out of TLH. But as you might recall, Breeze Airways is set to start new nonstop flights next month to Fort Lauderdale and Raleigh-Durham, with city leaders hoping that will reverse this trend. And behind the scenes, the airport is still moving about 1.7 million pounds of air cargo a month. That's roughly even with last year.